teams in first place right now in their division. You guys tell me if they're going to end the season in first place as division champs, and if not, who's going to be on top in that division? Why don't we start with the Patriots? They lead the Bills in the AFC East by half a game. Everyone else in that division at least 4 games back. New England going to win the East?
I think they are. I think they are. They've already beaten Buffalo, so that's good. They get Buffalo at home. And why not? Drake May is playing to, some would say, an MVP kind of season. Why not New England?
Yeah, Vrabel have them rolling. I think they should.
Despite spending all that money they spent in free agency, they still have cap space left. I wouldn't be surprised if they're active. If they are, I like New England.
Okay, let's talk about Baltimore. They've won 2 in a row, but Pittsburgh has lost 2 straight, yet the Steelers still lead the North. Will Pittsburgh hang on?
So surprised about the defense. I really am. I'm so surprised about the
30 points a game.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be the opposite. I think everybody else did. The defense is going to carry the offense. The offense is going to be conservative. He'll make some plays at the end of the game at quarterback. But, I just don't see it.
We still didn't answer the question.
No.
Okay, I don't see it. I think, I mean, getting Lamar Jackson back, we saw how effective they can be when he's back at the quarterback position. I think the defense played better last week with Lamar Jackson back, and you feel like you have a shot. Defense still needs to get a little bit better, but I think that Baltimore has a shot.
And they got about 14 players
Their
back.
schedule the next 5-6 weeks, very favorable.
So you all like Baltimore to win the North. Right. Let's talk about the West in the NFC. Because of the tiebreaker, the Seahawks lead both the Rams and the 49ers. Will Seattle win the West?
I picked him early, so I'm going to stay with him.
Seattle, yeah. I'm going to go with the Rams because I think Stafford's having an MVP year. Yeah, I like the Rams.
I like Seattle. I'm going to stick with Seattle.
Okay, let's talk about the AFC West. The Broncos, they're on top of the Chargers and Chiefs by a game. Who takes that division?
Oh, man.
Chiefs.
You know what? No,
Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are on a roll. They got all their guys back.
Yeah, but Denver's on a roll, too.
They're not as consistent. I don't think
they're not as consistent. I don't trust them as much as I trust Kansas City, but you know what?
But what?
But at the same time, they haven't done anything to make me lose
Howie.
the fact that I think they're going to do it.
Kansas City pressed that top floor button about 3 weeks ago, and they're
on the way up.
All right.
Best record in football owned by the Colts. Not only that, they've got a 3-game lead in the win column ahead of Jacksonville. Any chance?
They run away with it, no doubt. The way that Jonathan Taylor's running the ball, the way Daniel Jones is playing the defense, everything, they're going to run away with it.
You look at their positional players. They're loaded.
Yep.
Loaded.
And it's hard to see them blowing a 3-game lead no matter what.
Yeah.
Right?
Happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Okay. Hey, that tie with Dallas is actually helping the Packers. They own a half-game lead over the Lions and a game and a half ahead of the Bears. Will they finish the year winning the North? Green Bay.
No, Lions will win it. In my opinion, the Lions are a better football team than Green Bay. Green Bay offensively has been a little bit inconsistent.
Youngest team in football.
Even though they've beaten the Lions already.
Do they realize the significance of the moment? I know Detroit does.
Oh, you didn't answer the question.
I'm doing
He
Detroit.
did.
Okay, I'm going with Detroit, too.
Wow, none of you believe in the Packers. That's a little bit surprising.
AFC West, best division in football right now. 3 teams over 5 wins. Let's go. Let's start with the Broncos. 5-game winning streak. Yeah. Bo Nix and the offense is starting to get some consistency, and they got a defense that gets after the quarterback. Then you look at the Chargers, okay? They look like a completely different team with Joe Alt. They can run it behind him. They can finally protect Herbert. I mean, they're looking like they're shaping into mid-season form. And then you got the Chiefs, right? Mm-hmm. Chiefs on a 3-game winning streak. Get Rashee Rice back. They finally look like this offense is unstoppable. Probably the best offense they've had in 3 or 4 years, and they won Super Bowls over these years.
Yeah.
And then you got the Raiders, 2-5. We all can't be perfect, Charles.
Can't win them all.
We're happy with 2 wins. We'll get 3. We'll get to 3. Hey, but for me, I see your AFC West, and I'll raise you an NFC West. I think that the NFC West is the most competitive division. We got 3 teams with 5 wins as well. And you look at the San Francisco 49ers with 5 wins, and I always talk about this team as being, last week I said they're one of the scariest teams, and the reason why is because of Kyle Shanahan. He's always going to have his team in the mix, and they don't have the best record in the division, but they're 3-0 in the division. And as long as you got Run CMC on your team, you're always going to be in the mix. Love that nickname, by the way. And then with the Seahawks, you got Mike McDonald. He has his defense playing at an elite level. And if they say if you're a defensive coach or offensive coach, your side of the ball always has to perform. only giving up 4.7 yards per play, 19 points a game, led by Leonard Williams. He's a star on that defensive side of the ball. And then JSN, he's the best receiver statistically in football right now. He's becoming a star in this football league. And then the Rams.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Great division.
How is Sean McVay still only 40 years old?
I know.
That's crazy, right?
I played him in college.
But
true,
that's a
you
little
did.
tidbit. I didn't know that. Yeah. But look, he's 10-14 against the NFC South, what they're going to play today. So you know his team's always going to be ready. Matthew Stafford, 37 years old, just threw for 5 touchdowns over in London. Where they play?
London.
Overseas somewhere,
London.
right?
London.
5 touchdowns, getting Puka Nacua back, who's only 12 receptions shy of the youngest under 25 by a Ram in receptions. And so you know this team. Hold on, I forgot about Byron Young.
Yeah.
Holy,
Great
9
linebacker.
sacks in 7 games. Like this team, this division is littered with stars. Most competitive in
All right, looking bigger picture here, though, Green Bay is currently the #1 seed in the NFC. Charles, are they the best team in the NFC?
Well, you just said it. They're the number one seed. So I'm going to keep them right there where they're at. And, you know, you talk about the month of October. 32 points a game, 400 yards a game. Right now, they're the hottest team, in my opinion. And you talked about those receivers. Well, they just showed young Tucker Kraft warming up. And right now, Jordan Love over 150% passer rating to Tucker Kraft when he throws him the football. So I think this team right now offensively is rolling. They're not turning the ball over, only 3 turnovers on the season, which we know in years past, Jordan Love had a few problems with, throwing the ball to the other team, but they are protecting the football. And I think just the way that they're playing, you talked about complementary football. Having Micah, I told you early in the season, that was going to be the difference maker, and it showed up last week in a big way. And so I think that this team right now, with the addition of Micah,
you think they're the best team? Do you think they're the best team in the conference?
I think they're in the top tier teams. There's a group of them. I mean, you got to look at the Rams. We just talked about Stafford. He's over here 37 years old, lighting it up. I'm a little worried about their special teams, but you got McVay who learns from mistakes. They lost that game against Philly on a block kick. Then you got Seahawks. Sam Darnold looks like Sam Darnold of last year with Justin Jefferson and Addison. Now he's got Smith and Jigba, and he's got a really good defense with McDonald. So you got those guys. You can't forget about Philly. They have talent always. And then what about the Lions? This Lions team, we all were scared that they didn't have any of their coordinators, and they've gone out and they've been on a mission to show that they're still there. They drafted their guys, they paid their guys, they built their team with the nucleus of guys of their own. And they've been riding high right now.
There's going to be a showdown on Thanksgiving.
Showdown on Thanksgiving. I think we got that, too. We got that.
Who's we?
We do.
Oh,
Yes, Fox.
baby.
We
I
work
thought
here.
you were saying you were a Lion for a minute. I'm like, what are we
No,
doing?
we
He's a company man.
got it.
We're a
Yes.
team.